that seemingly hopeless situation, this infant boy grew up to become a young boy, an adolescent, and thereafter a young man. In this seemingly hopeless situation, something very wonderful was happening. And that wonderful thing was, wherever this little boy went, he had access to a school. And it was not just a school. It was a school where quality education was given to that boy with life values. And in that seemingly hopeless situation, he and his parents had 100 reasons to give up in those years, in the first 15, 17 years. But they clung and hang on to that one wonderful thing they had, which was education. That young boy went on to, do his engineering from a reputed institute, thereby work in corporate organizations. He runs a business now, and he now wines and dines with Rotarians like you. That boy stands in front of you today, humbly, as your DLCC for the incoming year. But don't get me wrong, this is not my story. I am not here to promote myself. I just want to share this because I feel so involved, and I feel so fortunate because I had that one thing called education, which I have, over the period of my 50 years of life, I have traveled far and wide and seen that not many of us were as lucky as I was. I think our leaders, our governments also felt the same way. Therefore, the government of the day, as we started, I'll give you a very shocking figure, a figure of 12, and 12 is 12%, and 12% was the literacy rate of India when the Britishers left our country in 1947. 12% was the literacy rate. We stand today at a literacy rate of how much? Can anybody tell me? Make a guess. What is the literacy rate today as of 2011 census? I'll give you 1 or 2% in there. 70%. Anybody else? Not happy. Countries like Bolivia are more literate than we are. They're all about 90% literacy rate. Therefore, we got to do something, and fortunately, in our country, I'll just take you through very, very briefly what our policymakers did. At the very initial stage itself, the directive policies, the constitutional framework, the directive principles of state policy, Article 41 of the Constitution of India that came into effect on 26 January 1950, the right to work and to education, and the provision to force and compulsory education to children was introduced. Thereafter, the Right to Education Act was introduced after 52 years of that first step. The 86th Constitutional Amendment in December 2022 made elementary education of children 6 to 14 years a fundamental right. Thereafter, the countries of the world got together and formulated, after many negotiations, the Sustainable Millennium Development Goals. In January and August of 2015, all countries of the world came together team development goals. And finally, the goals were adopted. And there were 169 targets that were set in the Millennium Development Goals. And if you go through that, Goal 4 talks about education. In chronological order, what we did, in 1986, we launched the famous Operation Blackboard. This was to expand access to primary education and improve its quality. In 2000 and 2001, we launched the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. It was a goal of universalization of elementary education. In 2004, we launched the Padhe Bharat mission. It was a sub-program of the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan to improve the levels of reading and writing with comprehension and mathematics in the early years of school. The early years of school meaning class 1 and class 2. Finally, the Right to Education Act was passed in August of 2009 and came into effect on 1st of April 2010. It is as late as 2010. It provides for the right of children of age 6 to 14 years to free and compulsory education. That is from class 1 to 8, free and compulsory education, and it was adopted, it was enacted, and is now a fundamental right under Article 21 of the Constitution. Now in all these, Rotary had to be in action somewhere. Wherever there is a need, Rotary has filled the gap. Therefore, Rotary came into the scene. And if you see this cone, we know we have our 7 areas of focus. Is it a coincidence that basic education and literacy is on the topmost of this cone? I don't think it's a coincidence. Because I think from 148, we need to go up at least to the top 10 as soon as we can. Because literacy is directly connected to the economic and social development of any country. The economic and social development of any country is also derived from the index of how much literate that country is. Rotary thus came into the scene, and Rotary decided and made this audacious decision just like the one that we made with polio. Rotary said that we will have a mission wherein by 2027 India will become completely literate, 100% literate. We have only 5 years to go, and do we still think that it is an audacious dream? Well, I have the experience of polio eradication, so I think that Rotary is capable of this. The Rotary India Literacy Mission was formed, and under the aegis of TEACH. TEACH is basically a holistic program followed with the focus of achieving total literacy by 2027. We had to form an organization. The Rotary India Literacy Mission had this organization structure, wherein I will go through very briefly. We have a governing body and the executive committee here. Our DG interacts directly with the executive committee, and RILM office parallelly helps both of them. And our focus today in this hall is on the bottom right box, the bottom right orange box. Is that orange in color? Maybe so, but it doesn't matter, whatever the color is. So the DLCC stands here, assisting our DG, and under the president of the clubs, we have the RCCs, the Rotary Community Corps, and the volunteer groups. And between the president and the DLCC is a very important bridge. And who is that bridge? Is any one of the bridge standing here, sitting here? The AGs, the assistant governors. So the DLCC and the district team on one side of the river bank, the president of clubs and his RCCs and his and his volunteer groups on the other side of the number. It's a script. Even if there were only one, I would still say it's a great number. Because yesterday, remember our chief guest, what did he say? Less is more. Less is more. At this point of time, I would like to introduce the team who would take our initiative forward. Now this team is divided in a very, very systematic manner, very thoughtful manner by our leaders, DG and his team. We have co-chairs for all the teach verticals on both ends. Do you know that our district is the largest geographically spread out district in the world? It's the largest geographically spread out Rotary district in the world. Therefore, we need to have two teams. One side of the teach verticals, we have the co-chairs to take care of the northeast part, and the other side to take care of the Bengal region part. Now we had this assembly at Durgapur 2 weeks ago, and the Bengal region team was introduced, and they had this opportunity to present themselves to all of you. Today I would like to introduce, and as I call you, would you please quickly come on stage? I have the co-chair of Teacher Support Vertical of Northeast Region, Rotarian Pradeep Kumar Janji from Rotary Club of Dimapur. Please come on stage. We have the co-chair for E-Learning Vertical, Northeast Region, Rotarian Rudrajit Laskar from a newly formed club called Guwahati Icons. We have a co-chair from Adult Literacy Vertical, Northeast Region, Rotarian Krishnendu. He is from the host club, by the way. We have the co-chair Child Development from Northeast Vertical, Rotarian Dr. Indira Gogoi, Rotary Club of Golaghat. Many people had to okay. Back. I'll be louder. All right. Co-chair for Happy Schools Vertical, Northeast Region, Rotarian Mihir Dev. He has come all the way from Rotary Club of Teliamura, and he has been here, camping here since the last 2 days. We have co-chair for the entire, for each vertical, as I said, Bengal region and Northeast Region. We have co-chair for volunteer management for the entire district is Rotarian Susanta Dutta Roy. He was not able to come today, but he did come to the Durgapur session. We have the co-chair for fundraising, Rotarian Harkishore Chanda. He's from Rotary Club of Hailakandi. He could not make it. He called me up and he said he could not make it due to some urgent assignment he had. We have co-chair for communications for the entire Northeast region, Rotarian Jashoda Chetri. She is from the Rotary Club of Guwahati. Lot of drums beating and stuff. But we can't do without somebody who actually is, so to speak, I won't be mincing words when I say a pioneer in the district literacy program since it started. A DLCC for 5 years, personally made the manuals, guided us, and brought it to such a shape where we stand today. I will definitely not be, trying to put on his shoes. I cannot. But we will definitely want to be guided by our own Bhishma Pitama, Rotarian Vibhas Das Purakaistada. Please grace the stage and bless us. So let's have a little bit of a photo session. Yeah. Well, the overall demand here is the DG should also attend in this photo session. No, just anyway. Right. Right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please give a big hand to your team. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming. So by now, I think you have had enough of me. I will just go off stage for a while, and I will invite each of the Teach Vertical co-chairs to present the Teach program to you in a very concise. Each vertical it can be spoken for 5 hours, and it won't be enough. But it will be a challenge for them to complete each in 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Please come on, Teach Vertical, Mr. Jain, teacher support. Please start your session for 5 minutes each, and thereafter Vibhada will come and address you as long as possible. He will take questions and answers, and in the end, we are going to take away something from this session. We're going to take away those, so don't even think about a break in between. Thank you very much.
Okay. I will go down there and speak. Hello. Good morning, everyone. Respected DG, DLCC, and our past DLCC, Vibhasda. And I hope that I'm quite audible to you, all of you. Is it okay? Okay. So since time is very short, I will start the first slide. First vertical is known as T, that is teacher support. In Rotary, we do teach under 2 ways. The first is the teacher training program. The teacher training program is done also in 2 ways. One is the online training, and second is in-person training. The online training program is initiated to improve the professional abilities and performance of teachers in a blended model approach. And there are 6 training partners on our board for online training program. And in-person training, the minimum criteria is we should have a training for basic course for 2 days and advanced course for 5 days, training to teachers. 5 training partners are there on board. The next slide. These are online teacher training program partners. The first one, I won't go to the whole one, cyber security and safety. Second one is Tata Community Initiative Trust. Their focus area of training is they are facilitator and professional development in a blended model. They are also active. Meritrain Education Services, they have not yet started. Indian Career and Development Education Council, they have not yet started. And IT skills for a smart remote teacher. Their focus area of training is digitally smart teacher. They are active. Learning Links Foundation, the focus area is teacher professional development in MGML multi-grade, multi-level classrooms. They have not yet started. So this is the second slide. The next one is our in-person training. I have already told that there are criteria for in-person training, how we do in-person training. Next one, please. Okay. And the second component of teacher training is National Builder Award. How we are doing? Evaluation-based model. The teacher in charge and student evaluate the teachers. Best scoring teachers gets NBA. Forms for evaluation or RILM website, that is www.rotaryteach.org. NBA certificates can be downloaded from Rotary Teach portal. I request every club to complete this exercise in the month of August itself, so that this teachers training NBA certificates can be downloaded around 1st or 2nd of September, so we can distribute it on 5th September or later on at the convenient date. Because it has been experienced in the past that in the last moment RILM websites sometimes get crashed because of the heavy demand from all over India. So I request all the clubs do it beforehand. Next one. They have because of this, 7 million children are estimated to be benefited from this project. And also, we have given this award to 30,926 teachers till now from all over India. These are slides how a teacher training workshop is going on and teacher training award how is given. Next. What we are expecting from the Rotarians. We can conduct online teacher training through RILM portal. It is available. Select topics and select training partners. That in the RILM portal, topics are also mentioned there. Whatever topics we are interested in giving the teachers, we can take those topics, and according to resource person can be selected. So we can select topics and select training partners and enroll. We can also enroll local resource persons wherever applicable. So in Guwahati, lot of teachers are available. Whenever we conduct a training program nearby Guwahati, we can call teachers from Guwahati or resource person from Guwahati. And yes, it is mentioned here regarding NBA, conduct in-person evaluation of NBA by students and principal coming September. So it is coming September, let us complete the exercise in the month of August itself. So there is no last minute problem. Next. What support we are going to get from RILM? The clubs, what support they can get from RILM? The training partnership development on various topics. Suppose we need a teacher for English for training. RILM has got a pool of resource person who can teach English also. So in that manner, we can get training partnership. Earlier it was British Council also. I don't know whether it is still there or not, but in the same manner, our partners are there, online partners and other partners are there. They can help us in getting the resource persons. The online portal management, I will speak about, whatever things we do in our clubs, we can upload in our RILM website and it will be mentioned there. Provide auto-generated certificates to the teachers. Yes, for it is an NBA and also for teacher training program. And our clubs will get recognition for RILM. Next. Okay, now e-learning program has come. And before going from here, I would like to request each club, there is a Teach app, TEACH app. Please go to Google Play and you just type RILM Teach and you will find a Teach app. And whatever activity you do, just click on the mobile phone and upload it there. So your projects are immediately uploaded. Then you can also upload on RILM website, but you can immediately upload from the project site itself. So Teach app is there. You can go to Google Play and just write RILM Teach, because many other Teach apps are also there. So just it is different. It is also available on iPhone, iOS portal or Android portal, both portals. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. E-learning vertical, please. And no need to take photographs or take notes. We'll give you the whole presentation. Okay. And we give you a lot of other data also. Don't worry. Just focus on the presentation.
Yeah. Good morning, DG. Good morning, DLCC, and good morning, all my respected Rotarians. So I will talk about the e-learning vertical. So this is something very new for me. So before I start my presentation, I like to know from the audience if any of the club has installed or initiated any e-learning project in your club. Anyone? Anyone have any idea regarding the e-learning center? Any club in the Northeast region, or maybe from Bengal as well? Okay, yeah. Can I have the one mic at the cordless? Okay, okay. So basically, so I have not seen much of the hand. So this is basically the testimony of the fact that we are not very much convinced, or some are not much know about this particular subject, and that's why we have not initiated such kind of project in our district or maybe in this region. So the 5 minutes time is too less to talk about, but still we'll try to capture whatever special thing we can do. So basically, e-learning is provide a integrated system where we have a software as well as hardware support, which will enable the school, the government school or the government aided school basically, to have interactive learning depending on the state board curriculum. Now there are some challenges are there, of course, so we know, we'll discuss about this. So this is first thing. So this is what I told, the content, the state board mapped audiovisual modules will be there. But unfortunately, there are not much contents available with us. Basically for Assam, we have module for NCRT mapped modules are there from class 1 to 10. But in specific to state specific board, we don't have much content right now in hand. But we'll also talk about this in this presentation. So basically, the first thing is the hardware. So hardware, any idea what can be the hardware? Though it is there in the presentation, still I like to know from any one of you. What is the hardware we need to have a e-learning center in any of the school? Computer, projector, yes, great. So very basic projector. It may be a smart TV, or it may be normal. Our desktop can be also be there as a hardware. So I think now by these three terms, you will be very much convinced these are very much accessible, and we can get partners, sponsor for such hardwares. Do you all agree with me? Like for example, I'm giving you a clue. Now we need a smart TV. Now there are a lot of brands available. I'm not talking about the partners who have, with whom RLIM have tied up, but you can have it your own source. Say for example, there are multinational brands, say very basic MI brand, or they are Sony or maybe LG. You can approach them and then ask for a LCD TV or the smart TV. I think they can easily give it to you. So though, and they can, this is very, because it will cost hardly 25,000 rupees or 20,000 maybe. So that can be easily accessible. Now problem with the second part, that is the software or the content part. Now as I told before, the content is basically, whatever available with us right now is NCRT based from class 2, 1 to 10. So, but in state, but the good part of that, like for example, in Arunachal Pradesh, we already signed up a MOU where we are providing NCRT based curriculum from class 1 to 10. That has been done with the, in coordination with RILM and state government. Now, for example, in Assam, we may have a problem because there is a app called Diksha, right, sir? So in Diksha app, there are a whole lot of apps, whole lot of contents are there. But only thing is that we have to go and find the relevant content which are actually available or applicable basically for our schools. So we need to dedicate a team who need to browse through the Diksha app or website and find the content. And secondly, if you can get the relevant content, maybe you have to maybe arrange a local team who need to do a translation and subtitling in the local language. If it is not there in the required language or content as per your state government curriculum. So these two parts is clear, I guess. First is the hardware and the software. So hardware, I think obviously you can resource from your old channels. Software, you have to come back to us or maybe you have to discuss so that we can get whatever the content available to us with RLIM team, and maybe we have to develop some on our own, right? Can I move to the next slide? Okay, so I think by now you all know why this e-learning is very important. This is because basically, it ensures better attendance in school because it increase the student effectiveness and sharpen the capacity. So these are the, I think we all are aware of what benefit the e-learning center will have in a school. So I just quickly do this step in a very quick process. Like first of all, you have to do a survey of the school where you need to install. Then we have to get a letter from the school authority or maybe the education department asking the club to install a e-learning center. There is a prescribed format is there, which you can again download from the RLM teach.org website. And then installation of kit and subsequently all the processes there. Like you have to also do some kind of branding in the school and display of branding, centralized teacher training also need to be done on this particular platform. So far it has been a quite success story. 27,000 odd e-learning center has been initiated across India and more than 2 lakhs students have been benefited along with 45,000 teachers who have directly benefited from this particular initiative. So I'll skip this. This I already talked about. Diksha apps is there, so I'll skip. So beside that, I was also asked to give you some idea about how to upload project and how to initiate our activity in RLM. So I will quickly take you through. This is the main site, rotary.org, rotaryteach.org, where all the resources, all the information about all the verticals of teach programs are there. And we have to browse maybe, so find out what are the ways. I'll skip this. And again, regarding the upload of the project, if you go to the project uploads part in the Rotary, now it is basically, there are 2 parts basically. I think you are also aware of it. One is this rotaryteach.org, where there is a tab in the bottom of the panel, you can see project upload. If you click it, it will directly link to the rotaryindia.org. Or you can directly move to rotaryindia.org to upload your project, right? Okay, in that particular segment, you will find a tab, this is called login. Login, basically, it will have to give your phone number. If you, that login can only be done by the club president, club secretary, or if secretary. So I think now phone number and the password need to be given. So once you go in, so there will be a tab, what do you say, name of your club will be there. Once in the name of a club is there, you have to click service project. Under service project, once you click, see there, this kind of dashboard will be open on your system. So here you have to add project tab is there. Once you click the add project tab, you have this dashboard where you give the title of the project. And if I'm specifically talking about the teach or the literacy related project upload. So here if you say, for example, click adult teacher support. So once you click the teacher support, there will be a subcategory called teacher support. Then we have nation builder award and all those things will come up. Similarly for e-learning also, those things will come. So basically, when you first click the literacy, education literacy, you have subcategory, category, and then subcategory resources are available. So you can download any of the forms which is required. So my request is that you go to the site, you will find all the information over there. And if anything still missed out, we are always there to help you. And still time is running short, so I'll end my presentation and I'll request the second presenter to come and take over.
Thank you. Adult literacy. Before that, just take 10 seconds to say that RILM has an office and there is staff paid, Rotary paid by salaried staff. So whenever we have we can requisition for resources, training programs, do get in touch with us without any hesitation. That's what I wanted to say. We will organize training programs as much as you want. We'll organize hand-holding. If you have any problems with these uploads and downloads, if you have any problems in implementing, please do not hesitate. Get in touch with us. We will get in touch with RILM and we'll get going. We'll do whatever is required. Sorry. Thank you.
Start. Good morning. My voice is still a bit surprised. Anyway, it's better than yesterday. Good morning, everybody. Honorable District Governor, our Chief Guest Imandarji, and all respected viewers, and all other respected Rotarians. So I am Krishnendu Roy for adult literacy. Now, regarding adult literacy, it is also a vertical which RILM has done a lot. I'm trying to do much more because we all know how much adults are not literate. We don't call it illiterate, but not literate up to the mark. So how you go further? That is the main point. So for adult, RILM's adult literacy program seeks to impart the functional literacy for non-literate, that is above 15 years of age. We should, if there are any adult who are not at par, we should try to go to them and start giving our adult literacy. We should bring into our adult literacy program. Next. As it is written there, who are literate. So we all know who are literate and who are left alone from that literate part. We should go forward and give the literate part. First, how you go, number one is Diksha. This is Rotary RILM's program Diksha. That is all one-to-one approach. We go to the school, we make volunteers, there's one slogan called each one, teach one. That is, we follow the Diksha module. Second, a bit up. Second one is Shiksha. We approach some NGO doing this Shiksha program in their way, so we can collaborate with them and we can ask our module of system, and then we go together to teach all non-literate. Second, next one. The previous one. That is Vidya. With Vidya module, what we do, this is a RILM already has made some memorandum of understanding MOUs with this kind of organization like Brahma Kumaris, Rashtriya Savan Sevak Sangh, Muslim Professionals, and Bharat Scouts Guides. So these are already our RILM has done. So what we need to do, we have to search around areas where your club is. So if you find someone, this kind of organization, you can approach them because they already, perhaps they'll be knowing because RILM has already contact with them. So these are the three modules, and the fourth one is Swabhiman. Swabhiman is a center-based organization, means a center-based education system where you conduct a literacy program, calling up, say, quite a number of people, maybe 10, 20, 30. So this is a center-based organization, center-based education, that is Swabhiman. Now, the teaching materials, how you get. So you will get few teaching materials from RILM website and also from RILM office. There are books written in Hindi, Bengali, and most probably Assam also already done, as I came to know. Kalpana Vaido has done it. So you will get, at least in these three languages, so you have to buy those books. All Rotary clubs has to buy those books, and then you can just take all the courses and everything is there. So you have to follow those and you have to go through. Next. Now how club can implement Swabhiman? These are few systems by which we can go through. Next. And this is one of the most interesting So when you do something for adult literacy, so obviously RILM will recognize you. And how they will recognize? These are the system of recognition. See, star, you get a level star club. You have to do 500 adult literacy. You have to make 500 people, adult people literate. And this, for district, this is 10,000. So this is for you, sir, 10,000. So superstar, megastar, supreme star, sovereign star, all are there. So in this way, you can get yourself recognized. And last part is, what next? When people get literate, as per our RILM structure, they may go beyond, they can study beyond, and there may be someone, some adult population, they might go for skill development. So you can also take up skill development as a fifth part. So for skill development, there are also some modules created, there are some NGOs, there are some, RLM has already developed some module, so you can go through that and you can go ahead. So next one, I think the last one. No, this is not mine.
It's done.
Yeah.
You're done?
No.
It's the last. This was the last.
Okay, so I think we have to discuss so many things we can go for, but still due to time constraint, I am leaving it here for the next vertical to come up. So please feel free whenever any requirement is there, any question is there, any kind of help. So we are there, and go to the RILM website and go to the there. Each and everything, whatever question you need, manual will give you. Not in the website, but inside the website there is a manual. You go to that portion and you find everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Child Development Vertical, Dr. Indira Bogoi.
Esteemed DG, Chief Guest, esteemed Advisor of Literacy Committee, DLCC, and Galaxy of Rotarians. So my topic today is on child development. So this program is very popularly known as Asha Kiran, a ray of hope, since its inception. Now, who are the Asha Kiran children and the beneficiaries? We are actually, almost all the clubs are involved with this, this child development program. And you all know that you all have been supporting this program by sponsoring. So who are these Asha Kiran children, and how can we help them? Now, the beneficiaries for Asha Kiran children are of the age group of 7 to 14 years. And how do we select all these children? So they are not all the privileged children like the one who goes to school normally, but they are the ones who have never been enrolled, or who are the school dropouts or the laggards. So while selecting them, they are specially mentioned as both socially and economically disadvantaged children who belong to vulnerable communities, say for example the children of any manual laborers or brick labor children. So they all come under this child development program, or this Asha Kiran. So till date, the success rate of child development, it goes to 44,190. So under this program, this many children have been benefited, and the percentage comes up to 93.70. So they are all actually brought to the mainstream schools. As I say, the other, which I just missed out, those children are brought to the gov schools or gov aided schools. And how do we implement? The basic thing is that, as the DLCC has already told us, that the Rotary India Literacy Mission, the office is in Kolkata, and the team of RILM staff, they work on it, but before that, the NGOs are selected, and these NGOs, RILM or the Rotary clubs, they usually they advertise for the NGOs to support this program, and Rotary clubs also, many of the Rotary clubs, they help out in finding the NGOs. So after that, after the advertisement, those who apply, they are finalized through desk and field assessments, and in this whole process, the RILM staff, they are involved in it. They appraise, they find out the NGOs through assessment, they make a survey of it, and along with those NGOs who are selected, they particularly go to those areas or the surveys and find out these out-of-school children with the help of this NGO. So then after that, the screening of those children are done, and they are all done, in this entire process, both the RILM as well as the NGOs, they are involved in it, to find out the best, the appropriate Ashakiran children. So screening and approval of children are done by RILM and Rotary clubs also, as well as NGOs also. And after that, after sorting out those screenings and all, those are uploaded on RILM website. The other thing is that it is not simply done, as I've said, that the age group is from 7 to 14 years. So definitely we cannot pick up the children and send them to school straight away. The best thing is what is done is they are enrolled in special Ashakiran centers, and in those Ashakiran centers, before sending them to formal education, they are given special training. And that training, it lasts from 6 to 9 months, or some of them are also for 3 months. Then after that, in this process, again, an awareness is also involved, and this awareness program, all the stakeholders, basically the parents and the other the community stakeholders who are a part of it, they are taken, they are brought in this awareness program, and they are all oriented, and they send this Ashakiran, children to the Ashakiran centers. As I said already, that the main motive is to bring those dropout or the never enrolled child to the schools. And let us say again, come back to the 6 and 9 months training. It is not simply done. Only after the children, they have completed 6 and 9 months of training, they're groomed actually. They're groomed for this many months, and then they are sent again to this Ashakiran centers or to proper government schools. So after that, a proper method is followed, which are done by the NGOs. They keep records of all the children, their progress, their attendance, and then they are, the entire monitoring of the children, the progress is done, and they are again uploaded in the website. So what is the role of the Rotarians? And the entire child development programs, it has been designed upon the Vision 2025 of Literacy India. And in that vision, there are supposed to be 1.5 lakh students or children who has to be brought back to the schools. So RILM also ensures, or Rotary also ensures, that at least those many children of students should be brought back to school. So the easiest part, I would say, is sponsorship of rupees 2,500 per child. So anyone who is willing to sponsor, they can, through the club secretary or the president, which child you have sponsored. So you can monitor that also, because after your donation, your name is tagged with the child and you can keep on. Even this is a big subject. For more information, you can, and to be even more convenient if you visit, there's an RILM staff whose name is Mrs. Jhilam Roy. So you can also directly contact her, I guess. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So we come to the last of the teach verticals, that is Happy Schools, Rotary Club of Teliamura. Just
good morning, every Rotarian. I feel honored. Simply means a school offering its students happy learning environment, which enable them to feel happy and excited in going schools. I can actually recall my childhood days when I was in primary schools. It was so miserable condition. But now the scenery is actually changed somewhat. But Rotary wants to change the scenario of Indian government and government schools within 2027, the target year, which our DLCC already announced. So, there was another slide. Another slide was there. Here is another slide was there, but you can't. What is the objective of this happy school? Actually, to provide infrastructural and co-scholastic facilities in government and government-aided schools. Huh? Okay, okay. The objective of the Happy School is to improve the infrastructure and co-scholastic facilities to all the government and government. Scrolling the slides, sir, next. There should be a painted, well-maintained school building with a decorative boundary wall and a nice gate. Next. And there should be hand washing stations in the schools, as the students can maintain their hygiene as well. And there would be purified, clean drinking water facility in the school for all the children and the teaching staffs. Next, adequate number of separate toilets for both boys and girls and for the staffs of the school. There would be a playground with adequate number of sports materials both for the indoor and the outdoor games. Next, there would be a library with reading room and adequate number of books, both for contextual and the reference books. As the Sarva Shiksha Mission is providing the uniform grant to all the children up to class 8, the facility of providing shoes and the bags should also be covered to make it a happy school. And there would be 1 or 2 staff common room in the school, but this should not be gender biased. And the staff room would be well equipped with 1 or 2 computer, with printer and the internet facility as well. And there must be sitting arrangement for all the children. That is the desks or the joint benches according to the height of the children. And mattresses for the students of pre-primary section. These are the 9 components as per RILM, but I want to add one proposal. As midday meal is a flagship program to all the government and government schools up to class 8. So there should be one dining hall facility in the happy school, as the students can take their hot meal in a comfort way. Otherwise they have to take the meals on the veranda or the corridors or on the grass. I have seen it. Oh, it is my proposal. If all of you agree with me, we can admit it. Action to be taken up. Next, sir. Rotary Club expected to work on at least 5 of the components. The club has to ensure rest components are present in the school. It may be through the CSR scheme or some sponsor scheme. When all the 9 components will be present in the school, and it will be considered as a happy school. And my proposal is to make it 10 if you all agree. Vivasta is there. Vivasta, I think you will give your...
Yeah, thank you. That is this particular...
need for improvement, improvement sectors, and then we'll prepare a budget and we'll take a authentication letter.
In Pandu College since 1967 and also a national body member. He was former executive committee member of NCERT, and he has privilege to work with ministers like Smriti Irani and Prakash Javadekar. He is a court member of Boroland University and an executive member of NEHU. He is also involved in Government of Assam's curriculum development for school education. He is also a focus group member. Now coming to Rotary, he joined Rotary in 1985